everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we have a little project. We have a couple of ways we can go on this project. And so first of all, I'm going to explain what the project is. The project is, I kind of want some listening apparatus of some kind that I can listen to some music while I'm building like pedals or working on guitars or any of the electronics things that I do down here on my bench. And so I went to the local thrift store here and I found these Yamaha surround speakers, and they already have mounts built into them, and these are the mounts that go with them, and you just take them off and slide them on, and this gets mounted to the wall, and then you can tighten it down with a little Allen here. Originally, my goal was to just have a little tiny Bluetooth speaker set out of the way, and that's essentially what I'm going to do. Is I'm going to do some kind of Bluetooth module that will power these two speakers, but so they're up and out of the way and I have a good sound quality. These speakers are rated for 100 watts each, and they're 8 ohms. So let me show you some of the options that that are available for building Bluetooth modules or whatever. And so a long time ago I purchased this module, and it's super simple. It's all a kit, and this just kind of like, they give you everything, and it just screws together, and it's really convenient. It's got the 3 knobs. I built this a while ago, and there's literally no soldering or anything to this. You just put all the pieces together and screw it together. That's pretty easy. The next option I went with was this 2x15 Dayton Audio amplifier board with 5.0 Bluetooth. Now, you can get the extension battery boards to get plugged directly into that, some lithium-ion batteries, and you can get a chassis to build a box, and you can get all the external wires pre-soldered up like I have here. Now, the problem I have with this is when you build one of those, you choose your speaker options. Now, I didn't know what speaker option to go with, and so initially I purchased these because I didn't know that these little tabs were bent in from the picture on Parts Express. I didn't know they were bent in, and so it's kind of like a flush mount, but this would mount flush on the front of the thing, with your baffle being recessed. And so you have that option. Then I was like, well, what if I purchased a full range driver that can just be mounted on the front of that, and they have lots of options for these. This is a 4 ohm full range driver, and then I purchased those and these ones because they were on sale. That's a 3-inch full range driver, and these are also from Dayton Audio, and this is a 2.5-inch full range driver. Now what I was going to do with these is actually build something similar to this and do that, and then put some capacitors and resistors on this to make this more of a tweeter than a full range driver. And so I have some options on where to go with this build. So what I was thinking, because of ease of operation and ease of build and accessibility that I have in this area, I kind of want to mount these speakers up here on the wall. Let me show you. So I kind of want to mount these up on the wall right here, and you know, one here and one here. What I've decided, because of ease of operation and that Bluetooth module from Dayton Audio, is a more intel build and something that needs a little bit more space than what I'm willing to give up over down here on the bench, because I kind of need this space for when I'm using my multimeter and whatnot and measuring things out. So I kind of need that space there, and I can't really have a speaker sitting there. And I kind of want them above me. So I've decided to go with this option, and I can, so this is a depress to turn it on and off, and then your dial kind of does the volume adjust, and then you got a bass and a treble already mounted onto this board. And the great thing with this board is it can fit pretty much anywhere. So what I was thinking is I could just put some Velcro on here, and I can drop the cords right alongside of my parts bins, and I could just Velcro this right up there. Then I have all of my controls right here accessible, and I could mount my speakers up there. I could bring the wire. I can use some of this gray wire that kind of matches my wall up here, and it'd be kind of hidden, and you wouldn't really see any wires, and it'd be really good. So I think that's what we're gonna do with this. And so all we basically got to do is wire these up, bring the wires down, and then this just has your right and left terminals on it. Let me zoom you in for that. And you can hook this up. They'll be towards the back. The power source that I can use, believe it or not, is an old laptop power cable that is 19 volts, which is plenty because it says anything up to 24 volts. So let me get some cables. We'll hook these up and I'll let you hear what these speakers sound like. Alright, let me zoom you in a little bit here. So you can see that we have power. There's a little blue light right there. Then we just hook it up with the phone. Seems to me the left side is not working. Let's do something. We'll see if we can get both these to work. Okay, so it appears that this speaker here is blown, not working, disconnected, something or another. So we're gonna have to tear into this. So this volume is super low right now. So this is taking all 30 watts right now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna try and get into this speaker, and maybe we'll just replace the speakers in these and call her good at that point. So let's do that. Okay, it took some doing, but we got it off. They were hot glued in there, and so that's probably what was so hard about it, but we'll just push them back in there because we're not gonna go about trying to, hopefully we can just push her back in there, line her up, and push her back on, which I think we can. Oh yeah, it's sliding back in there. Oh yeah, and they're gonna be pretty tight too, so we're good. We got the speaker off. Let's undo the speaker. I think we got speakers that are just gonna slap right in here. Yeah, so that speaker is completely froze up. There is no reflex at all in there, which tells me the voice coil is shot. So let's get our best set of speakers now. It doesn't tell me how many watts or these speakers are, but I'm guessing that this speaker will just slap up in there. Oh yeah. The screw holes are the exact same. That's amazing. So let's get our positive and our negative terminals connected. And slide that back in. Ah, the speaker's working, I heard it. Oh yeah, way better sound too. Let's turn this off. And we're gonna take this, even though it's hard as hell to take that off. We're gonna take that off. We're gonna get them mounted up on the wall, and then we'll show you how we're gonna do all that. Yeah, so I'm happy with that. I'm glad it was blown. Actually, we're gonna replace it with some really good speakers, some Dayton Audios, full range, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so I got the other speaker out. I'm just gonna show you the difference between that speaker and this speaker, so you can see that there is lots of reflex in this speaker. So that speaker was definitely blown. The voice coil was toasty on it. It wasn't allowing for any movement in there. I don't even know how that would have happened, but it is what it is. So we do have one good speaker out of that, and yeah, We'll save it for some weird project sometime. But as it sits now, we'll just stick these Dayton audios in there, and we're going to be going from an 8 to a 4 ohm one, which is fine with this little Bluetooth amp. And yeah, we're going to just slide these contacts right up on there. And we already know that even though it's difficult to get these speakers into the hole, they do fit just barely, and the holes line up, which is great. So I'll bring you back when we got these all installed, and then I'll show you what we're gonna do up there. Alright, so we've got the speakers changed out in these things, and we've got the grill cover back on, and we're going... It's substantially better sounding now that it's got a split wattage to it. Way better sound. Listen to that. That sounds good. Let me get set up to get these screwed into the wall and get some screws out of the garage, and I'll bring you back. Right, so I've got these mounted up there. I know it looks crooked, but I took the level and everything and set her up on there and drilled my holes, and I don't know if you can see the bubble up there, but it's completely in the middle. It's exactly in the middle of my level. And what I've done is I didn't have any washers that fit all the way inside of these little rounds, so I just took a little bit bigger of a washer and I bent them. So I just bent that out a little bit so they'll fit. And I had to took me a minute to get that. It's 16 inches on center, and so what we're gonna do is we're just gonna finish up these mounts, and I may have to move this over just a little bit to fit this speaker because that's where the stud was, and so I don't think it's gonna quite line up. So yeah, I'm about a half inch off or whatever, but that is what it is. So we'll just slide this over like that and should mount up in there now. Oh yeah. Yeah, so yeah, I just had to slide that over a little bit and we're good now. Let's get this remaining screws in there. Alright, those are firmly mounted in, and the next step is just to slide these on. I will do this longer cable one first because I can leave that one on the table, and we just want to kind of, I don't remember, oh yeah I do, okay. So now I gotta move to the side and tighten up that. Straighten that out a bit. And then tighten that up like so. So we're over here. I've got my, let me zoom you out. Not that far. I've got my wires clipped up into my clamps on the wall. And those are coming down. And I'm getting ready to put a clamp on these wires and put them to the wall. So what we're going to do is we're going to get all these wires organized. Get us some Velcro out. We're just going to stick this right in that little socket right there. And that's where she's going to sit. That's good enough. So now, just clean up our mess. I'll bring you back. Alright, so we've got our Bluetooth module all out of the way. Anyway, we're all hooked up. We're going to see how she sounds up there. Give her a play and hear what she sounds like. A little loud. Must have hit the knob a little bit. But now I got sound up here. It's up out of the way. Everything is good. And I can adjust the bass and get a nice sound out of this. Listen, that sounds good. So now I got sound up here. They sound fucking awesome. I did have to switch out the speakers because I had to switch out the speakers because the one in this one was blown. But doesn't matter. I had speakers on hand. They were for a different project, but they fit perfect in these little boxes, and so we went with it. And they sound awesome in here, so I think it was the perfect size box for them. So this is the Grandpa song by a band called Temper from the 90s that was local to my area. Royalty-free music for me. Even though he didn't have to say a word, he wasn't a rich man, but he was a strong man. Yeah, he was a righteous man. Those are perfect. They sit there up out of the way. Everything's all nice and neat up there. He had a good life. He had a good life. Bluetooth capabilities. This has a little auxiliary input on the back. You can push the volume button and it turns off. You can push the volume button and it turns back on. Where this needs to little adjustment there. That's it. This one needs to go back to there we go. But anyway, we've got two little speakers up here, Bluetooth stereo system for the bench. It's up out of the way. It's great. I can just pull up music that I have on my phone, and appreciate you guys tuning in. That's gonna do it for today. If you like this video, go ahead and smash that like button. And thanks for subscribing and thanks for watching. Peace, guys.
Thanks for watching.